All right, everybody, Rob Ferretti here, and something just happened. I don't want to say Hennessy-esque, but something legit just happened, and a bunch of people were messaging me, and I got to talk about it. It's Titan Motorsports, which I grew up following Titan Motorsports because they had that orange Supra that would just dominate in the quarter mile, but they just pulled some shit, which isn't really advisable. It's never going to end well, but that's the path they chose to take. Now, there's a guy who's pretty laid back who brought his S4 to Titan for modifications. Now, it gets pretty complicated here. It's really simple, but really complicated at the same time, in that one of the techs driving his car was doing an illegal U-turn, crashed, and that's important, but he was doing an illegal U-turn, crashed and totaled the guy, or either totaled the guy's car, caused significant damage, and the response from Titan wasn't, it was definitely like, we're sorry we screwed up your car, and the guy was like, you know what, such is life, no big deal, I get it, accidents happen, but then Titan says, all right, well, you got to make an insurance claim on that. We're not. And the guy was like, wait, what? Like, you crashed my car. You want me to make an insurance claim on it? And now here are the ramifications on that, in that your insurance may not even cover your car when you modify it. So and the fact that you had it at a tuning shop to modify it, who knows if they're going to cover that, not cover that. You're really putting the responsibility on somebody else for your actions and your negligence. Doing an illegal U-turn and getting hit is a negligent action. So even if that guy's insurance company did pay out, they should go back after Titan. Now, the question Titan cited that, hey, you signed that form, you know, when you go to a parking garage and they give you the ticket, and on the back of the ticket it says, like, if we do anything, we're not responsible. Yeah, that's great. That's not really enforceable, because if you crash somebody's car, you're responsible for paying for it. It's not on them, especially when negligence is involved. So the question is, and it may be true, I know there's a lot of shops out there, and carrying insurance is expensive. So it may be something where they aren't carrying insurance and they don't want to write the check, but ultimately you always want to write the check. If you damage somebody's stuff, you got to make it right. I don't care if it costs you money. I don't care if you lose money on that deal. I don't care if it takes you 3 months to pay it back. You got to make that right. You can't just damage somebody's stuff and be like, you got insurance, you deal with it, because that's not right. And especially when it's your fault. And that's essentially what Titan did here. And the backlash from the internet and everyone else, even if they wrote the guy a check now, the damage is already done, because everyone's always going to remember that they screwed this guy on his S4 for what? For their issue. And my gut says that Titan doesn't have insurance, because if I had insurance, I know damn well I'd make a claim on it just to be done with it, or I'd write the check. I mean, it's an S4. What can it be? $7,000, $10,000, $15,000 at the most, if it's a repairable thing. And then you do some labor on the guy's car for free and make it right. But now this guy's going to have a car with an accident history and all of this stuff. He sounds like a very reasonable guy. I don't know the actual correspondence back and forth or anything like that. I have not reached out to Titan. I'm like, actually, I've been a fan of Titan for a long time. So making this video it's like legit. I gotta give my feelings on it. But I've always heard nothing but good things about Titan Motorsports. And I wish they didn't take this course of action on it, because in this situation, I think they're wrong. I think if you damage somebody's car, like in the shop here, if somebody takes my car on a test drive, and you know what, if somebody bumps into a light or something like that, I can't really blame the guy. But if, say, Cosmo takes my car out and then hits a tree with it because he was trying to do a burnout and like he lost control, that's on you. That's not on me anymore. It's not, you can't take your actions and make me responsible or make my insurance company responsible, because that now has ramifications on me. And it's just, why would anyone go there? If you're assuming all this risk and liability, I get it. And like, I get these waivers. If you put my car in the dyno and the thing just blows up because it's a piece of crap, yeah, you're not responsible for giving me a new motor. But if you're tuning my car and you blow it up because you're tuning it wrong, you can't be like, nope, sorry, like, my bad. Yeah, there's so many numbers in there. I didn't know which ones to put. You can't do that. There's got to be a responsibility on the shop that if they damage something, they're responsible for fixing it. And that goes for anyone in life. If you damage something that's somebody else's, you got to take the responsibility. You got to step up and you got to fix it. That's my thoughts on that. Sorry for the guy with the S4. I'm not doing a GoFundMe. We're not doing anything to like try to raise money for that guy. I'm hoping he has insurance. I'm hoping his insurance covers it. And it's a lesson to be learned here. But it's something I think that's going to sting Titan for a while. They do make fast cars. They do make cool cars. They make good parts for Supras. But here, not really a fan of the course of action on that. I mean, like if you just told me they crashed the guy's car and then they made it right, it's no big deal. Like everyone's like, all right, it happens. It's the business. There's a risk involved. But to just sort of brush your hands off and be like, yeah, no, I get it. It really, it's screwed up of us to not do this. But like, deal with it yourself. That's where I think the actions were wrong. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If anyone has more information, I'll pin it in the comment on the top. But other than that, that's all I've got to say about that.